Hey, good afternoon, folks. It's Dean, your passive income coach here, and welcome to my weekly update. This week, I thought I'd just run through some questions that I've been receiving through the week. I get a lot of questions, from team members about different things, different opinions on stuff, looking at a lot of different activities, and also give you a bit of an update on how the different programs are running that we've got going. We've got a lot going on within the group, which is great, and just give people a bit of a one-day snapshot of everything that's going on. So look, let's get started. Share my screen here. All right, so let's start with USI. That's the primary package or program for most people in our group is through the USATech platform. There's obviously been a lot going on over the last couple of weeks. We've had the USA, Canada closure. This has had a massive impact, obviously, not only here, but, right around the world. There's a lot of concern from a lot of members. There's a lot of fear going on around the place. So, look, I thought, well, let's just get that out of the way first, right? So, the fundamental reasons why I got involved in USI are still there. These guys are a large company. They've been around for a long time. I just can't see them wanting to jeopardize their other business enterprises, by simply just running away from people in Bitcoin. I just can't see it happening. USI is still paying people out. They're still paying and committed to paying out the 140% to, not only to us, but also to the people in USA, Canada. I have friends that are in the US and they're still getting paid. The restrictions are that they can't build a business anymore. They're not receiving commissions anymore, and they're currently withheld from withdrawing. And the company's given reasons why they're doing that. And primarily is they're investigating a number of people, and I'm thinking it'd be more than just a number. It'd be a lot of people who utilize the system outside the normal terms and conditions, and as a result, created or what we call stacking accounts on top of each other to try and maximize returns and profits and all that sort of stuff. So as the company completes its audit and identifies those that really, really broke the rules, I would anticipate that other people's accounts will be freed up. It'll allow them to continue to rebuy as a customer only and or withdraw Bitcoin as they go. Now, at the end of the day, USI is still one of the best Bitcoin compounding programs out there. Most of the other programs don't compound your Bitcoin like USI does. It's simple for people. It's easy to get set up. It's completely automated and just allows people to just go about, do their day-to-day activities and have this build in the background. So those fundamentals are still there. I still have a lot of belief that USI will continue to grow from strength to strength. We've still got the token package coming out. There's still globally, there's still more people coming into USI. The team has grown by another 55 people, I think, in the last 2 weeks. So, we're only a small team. So globally, there are still, tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people still joining, month in, month out. So I would anticipate that, going forward, we can still anticipate having the capital work for us. What we are seeing is a lot of days less than 1%, which is, it's a little bit disappointing. I don't know why. Maybe it's got something to do with the fact that the Bitcoin price has dropped significantly. Maybe there's just the growth in the company is faster than the growth of where they're producing their Bitcoin from. Look, there's a number of reasons, but every company goes through these sort of periods. So it's not surprising. It just simply means that it'll take a little bit longer than 140 days to get your 40% profit back on your capital. Okay, so remember, the goal at the end of the day is that you'll receive 40% interest on your capital, and over the course of roughly 140 days, you get your principal and your capital back. This just simply means it'll take a little bit longer than 140 days. Okay, but you'll still definitely get your 40% capital back over the course of time. As I say, with all the programs, have some form of strategy to at least start getting some capital back. Okay, now one of the strategies I've recommended is that you compound hard for 6 months, and then after 6 months, for a window of about 60 days, you basically withdraw for 60 days straight, just replacing any packages that expire, so you maintain whatever your account level is at. if you only started with a small amount and you let it happy to ride, then, you know, let it ride and just compound as fast as you can. But have a goal in mind and have some plan in mind of when you're going to start to receive some of your capital back. I'm right inside that window at the moment. I've been going now for around about 138 days. My first lot of, been going now for about 148 days. And my first contracts are now coming up to expiration. So when I hit my personal goal, which was on the 27th of December, I hit that. I've been withdrawing every day. That's my capital regain plan. I'll replace packages as they expire. So I'm expecting my first lot to expire sometime this week, and I'll replace those. So I maintain my account level over the next 60 days, and then I go back to, you know, full compounding and see if we can double up our position over the next 2 to 3 months. Very excited about the tokens. So, you know, for those who are in the diamond package, I can confirm for you that we have all got our second double up bonus. So we are sitting on 400,000 tokens for those of you that are in the diamond package. So that's exciting news. Now we are running a Ruby package purchase. Let me just bring up the Ruby package info. And I'll post this into the group as well. Okay, so most people have let me know that that they confirmed that they want to buy units. And I know there's a lot of people sitting waiting for payment date. So you can actually start paying now. What the approach I'm going to take is we're just going to lock the price at 0.02 Bitcoin per unit. At the moment, it won't cover the Ruby package cost. The Bitcoin price is too low. So we just simply won't raise enough money to be able to do that. So we'll just simply wait for the Bitcoin price to come up slightly. And when we have enough capital to pay it off, then we'll just purchase. So people can start doing their payments now. At the moment, we have sold 33 of the 50 units. So there are 17 units still available. Once the 50 units have sold, that's it. This will be the last package that we do. So if you are interested, it's 0.02, which is about $300 Australian. And what that will give you will be a total of 1,600 tokens after all the double ups. Okay, and again, if the token price gets listed at $1 a coin, I have no idea what it'll get listed at, but if it gets listed at $1 a coin, your $300 will return for you $1,600. If it gets listed at 50 cents a coin, it'll give you $800. If it gets listed at $10 a coin, it'll give you $16,000. So there's a great opportunity there. How long that will take before that comes out, no idea. We're currently sitting at around about 260 million tokens to members have sold. We have to wait until we've hit 500 million tokens. Then it'll be made available to the public in the form of an ICO. We can go right through that ICO period, but you can start, once there's a price attached to it, for people that want to get out, you can sell your positions. I'll convert them back to Bitcoin for you and transfer the Bitcoin price. Ideally, when it gets announced to the public, fingers crossed, there'll be a token transfer ability, and I'll just simply transfer the tokens to you because by then we would have all received our bonuses along the way, and I'll just simply send to you your total bonus amount. So that's a bit of a plan at the moment because I really don't want to have to manage this for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years, however long people want to keep their tokens for. Now, if your name is in white on the list, it just simply means that you haven't confirmed with me what you've stated in a previous post. Okay, so please just do up a confirmation and let me know. I've got 2 guys here that had indicated, Marco Rodriguez and Hulk. You both indicated that you wanted to participate, but you haven't actually told me how much. So I'm anticipating both you guys want to be involved. So for anybody else in the group that might be new, if you're not sure what the Ruby package is all about, have a bit of a search on the Facebook group about tokens, how the tokens work. You can YouTube it and just YouTube, USI ICO tokens. And if you're interested, just get in contact on the post and say, look, I'm interested. Can you tell me more about it? Or just simply put your name down and say, yeah, look, I'd like to get a unit, a share, whatever, and how many you want, and then make payment in Bitcoin. For those of you that aren't in Australia and don't have CoinJar, you could be in Australia and you still don't have CoinJar, please let me know and I'll send you a Bitcoin address. For everybody else that has CoinJar, you simply send it to my CoinJar username. We'll pull it all in one place and then we'll get that paid once we hit the 50 units sold and the price of the Bitcoin goes up enough to bring it under the full Bitcoin price. All right, so that's our Ruby packaged tokens. All right, next on the list is the Litecoin Mining. Okay, so our Litecoin mining pool is closed. All right, we do have enough people into that. So well done to everybody that's going to give mining a bit of a shot. After we did the purchase, we ended up with one extra due to somebody having to pull out at short notice. So I ended up buying that and we've resold. So these guys here, we're now just waiting for payment from you guys. That is an Australian dollar payment directly to me, so I can replace the cash that I use to pay for the stuff. So if you guys can just touch base, most of you have, just to let me know what's happening, which is great. But if you haven't got my banking details, please let me know and we will get that finalized. For everybody else, thank you very much for getting everything paid. Appreciate it. What we're basically happening now is we're just waiting for the mining equipment to be purchased and arrived into Australia, Melbourne, and we'll get that all set up, and we're still on target to have that happening in March this year. And what will happen is we'll basically mine Litecoin, okay, that'll be pooled together as part of the group, and then I'll distribute that out to people based on whatever percentage of your particular unit or share is. So you will need a Litecoin address. Okay. Now, for those that just have CoinJar, CoinJar now accepts Litecoin. Okay. So you can just create an account with CoinJar to accept Litecoin. Now, the only downside with that is that every time I have a distribution, you need to send me a new account, a new hash code, because CoinJar have one use only principle. My preference would be for you to either get CoinSpot and have a dedicated Litecoin address, or use Exodus and have a dedicated Litecoin address, and then I can just ship it to you every week and I don't need to chase up for that from you. What else is happening? All right, so I'm going to leave Davor to the end because that's the big one. So what else have I been working on? For those that haven't seen the video that I put out last week on my 2018 strategy on how to move across different programs, I suggest you have a bit of a look at that first. It allows you to see how we can move profit from one into other areas, so we can then start to generate a number of small entities, each creating Bitcoin for you. So I'm just going to share a couple that have been plugging along now for a few days. All right, so the first up is the Bitclub Network. So this is a mining program. Okay, it has an affiliate program attached to it, which is what we call a binary system. So as you introduce more people into it, you can create more Bitcoin as an affiliate commission, and then you actually mine Bitcoin itself. So you can see at the moment, I have mined 0.00473. This is probably going to kick me out because I haven't been logged in for long enough. Oh no, good. So you can see I've earned 0.00473 Bitcoin, okay, over the last 8 days. Okay, so you get 1,000 days mining contract. All right, it takes 30 days to get started. You can see here that I bought another 0.285% of a mining contract in pool 3. And you can see that it's closing down from 1,030 days. So your first 30 days is like a setup period, and then you start getting paid for the next 1,000 days. So you can see how I've been going for 8 days. I'm still waiting for day 8's payment. Okay, and all up so far, I've received 0.00473 of a Bitcoin. Okay, so if we just have a quick look at those numbers, 0.00473 Bitcoin divided by 8. All right, which means I'm mining at around about 0.0006 Bitcoin per day. All right, and roughly at current prices, that is about $10 a day. All right, so I'm now generating $10 a day. But what I've chosen to do is I'm repurchasing every Bitcoin that I make. I'm buying more shares. So you can see on this particular pool, I actually have 1.2805 of a share. So my goal is to earn more shares because that gives me more opportunity to earn Bitcoin. I'll do that for around about, I don't know, probably 6 months. Really try and get as much of the shares as I can. And then from there, I'll start withdrawing some and getting my capital back. Remember, everything we get ourselves set up into, we've got to have a capital withdrawal plan. Okay, so for me, it's all about lending or repurchasing equipment, and then after 6 months, I'll start to pay myself back. So I've got my capital back, and then we can start to pay ourselves, or we can let the profits run, whatever the case may be. All right, so that's Bitclub Network. I'll have a link in the email for you to have a bit of a look at, and then, you know, come on, jump on board. There is a $99 membership, okay, for this one, but it's a lifetime membership. All right, so you pay your $99 once, and then what happens when you come on board? Let me see if I can find the pools. All right, so when you come on board, you pay your $99, and then you can join any one of these pools, or you can join all three. Okay, so I did the founder pool. I joined all three, and you can see here that you got a mining contract for 1,000 days. All right, you get 50% of whatever you earn, you get to keep, and 50% goes back into buying more equipment. Okay, so that's like your hire cost, your electricity costs, all these other costs for you. And so that's the minimum amount that you can put in is 50%. All right, so what I've done is I've decided I'm going to put 100% into repurchase, so that I'm accumulating more equipment longer. You can see that the more you purchase, the more you get to keep, okay? So ideally, like if you had, say, $1,000 to use, buying a $1,000 pool would be better than buying, say, two $500 pools, all right? Because you'll get better commission off what you get to keep, all right? Ideally, you know, you definitely want to pool three. Okay, so if you can get $2,000 in there, and that's US, you can get $2,000 in there, you're getting to keep 70%. When you switch that over to 100% repurchase, you're getting a lot more of your money back in, and it's going to grow that even faster. Okay, there's also a GPU mining opportunity. That's basically just buying the opportunity to mine other cryptocurrencies rather than just Bitcoin. Okay, so I do have a GPU pool as well, mining Ethereum. It hasn't started yet because I'm still inside that 30 days. So once that 30-day starts, we'll be able to see how much Ethereum we're able to mine. There's no repurchasing in that. You just simply get 2,000 days of mining, and you know, I'm just trying to accumulate as much Ethereum as I can. So that's the Bitclub Network. Okay, as I said, there is an affiliate program attached with that, and you can then utilize that Bitcoin money. So this is some affiliate commission here. I've got $200 worth of affiliate commission. I can actually use that to buy back into the shares. So if we have a look at the mining pool that I was in, all right, so that's where that 0.2805 came from, was some commissions from the affiliate commissions. It's allowed me to buy some more shares, which means I'm accumulating more Bitcoin faster. Okay, and I'll probably let that grow a little bit more, and then I'll buy more mining pool 3 shares. Now this will automatically, as soon as I hit 5%, all right, you can see down here, the minimum repurchase amount is 5%, and you get a partial share. So as soon as I've hit 5% of $500, which is $25 worth of Bitcoin, okay, so currently I have 0.00063 of Bitcoin, 0.00063 at, let's call it $11,000 US. All right, so that's $7 US, okay? So when that hits $25 worth of US Bitcoin, okay, it'll simply buy me a 5% share, or 0.05 share on that date. That will then have 1,030 days to go. I'll have a 30-day countdown, and then that will start to accumulate Bitcoin for me as well for another 1,000 days, and off we go. So that's the Bitclub Network. It's just very simple, very easy to use. It's just straight mining, okay? You're just buying mining equipment, and away you go. Another one I got started in just a couple of days ago is called Hashflare. So the slight difference with this one is we're actually buying hashing speed, okay? And so rather than buying the equipment, we're actually buying what we call terahashes, okay, inside the mining pool. So we buy an amount of terahash under a contract arrangement, and then that goes off to the company. They buy the equipment, all that sort of stuff. So with the, oh, there we go. I got kicked out of this one. Let's just log in. So with Hashflare, again, you can do different coins, okay, or different tokens. Let's see if I can just go back to the front screen. Okay, so there's different pools, all right? So you can get involved in script mining, okay, and get paid in Bitcoin. You're paying $7.50 per mega hash. You can get involved in the SHA-256, which is what Bitcoin is. You can see it's currently limited. I just find, and everything that I've seen and read from other people that are involved in Hashflare, is that Bitcoin is the best one to get involved with. So that's what I did. You can see I'm paying $2.20 per 10 gigahashes. You can mine Ethereum, Zcash, and Dash. At the moment, Dash is out of stock. All right, so the way it works, let's go back into my account here. All right, so if you wanted to buy into hashing power to mine Bitcoin, right, I started with 20 terahash. All right, so you can see 20 terahash times 2.2. All right, it's $4,400 or 0.37 of a Bitcoin. All right, so that's what I purchased. All right, so I started with 20 terahash. All right, I selected the two pools that I wanted to bid on. And you can see over the course of, oh, there you go, just got paid for another one. So over the course of 4 days, all right, that's how much Bitcoin I've accumulated. And that Bitcoin gets added back into my Tera hash rate. All right, so I've gone from 20 to 20.28. All right, and I still haven't, the fourth day, which only just clicked in just recently, that still has to rebuy. So that actually 0.28 is based on 3 days. So if we take 0.28 divided by 20, that's 1.4% over 3 days. Okay, if we divide that by 3, all right, it's about 0.5% per day, 0.5% per day in Bitcoin is what we're receiving. Now, that will obviously, as the more terahash grows, the more I get paid, all right? So this is why we roll all the money back in. And you can see that roughly in 6 months, I'll receive $5,430 US, which will pay back my amount. So that's how long it'll take to get my money back. So around about 5 months. But obviously, as I'm putting more terahash in, then I'll accumulate that faster. So I anticipate around about 3.5 months, I'll have my money back as a result of the rebuy scenario. And then I can stop rebuying, take the cash out, again, get my capital off the table, and away we go. All right, so they're both mining programs, slightly different feel for both. Loving the look of both of them at the moment. Again, this one does have a referral program. Have no idea how it works yet because haven't referred anybody to it because I generally like to wait about a week before I share anything and just like to see how easy it is to withdraw and reinvest and all that sort of stuff. So, but I'm really loving Hashflare. I'm seeing a lot of great feedback from other groups that I'm in, and so I really wanted just to share with you what's been happening over the last few days. Now, the last one is Davor. So our Davor program is looking really exciting. First up, we certainly have enough people now to kickstart on our $25,000 plus program. We've raised nearly 45,000 Australian dollars, and I would anticipate that over the next few days, especially when people see this video, we're going to get that to move up even further. So the way it's going to work is we will start with a $25,000 lend or more. Okay, it'll be more than $25,000. So if we raise $50,000 Australian, let's call that $33,000 US. All right, just for a number, $33,000 US. All right, so it's going to cost us 260 DAV to purchase. So when we do our purchase, we take our money, we buy Bitcoin, we move Bitcoin into our wallet. We then use the Bitcoin to buy DAV, and then we use the DAV to then buy the lending agreement. It's a little bit convoluted, but that's the process. Now you can see here that $25,000 plus gives us our daily base rate plus a bonus of 0.35%, and capital is given back on the day 89 or day 90. Okay, so how does our 50,000 Australian sort of look after 90 days? Well, we're going to have roughly $44,000 US available. Okay, and that's based on the last 7 days interest rate of 1.16%. Okay, if we look at the last 30 days, it's a slightly higher interest rate. We get slightly more, but let's be conservative. All right, and so the plan is that at day 89 or day 90, we get our starting capital back as a lump sum deposit, as a lump sum payment. Okay, so our account will have 44 grand in it from the interest, and then we get hit with 25,000. So the plan is I'm going to withdraw the $25,000 out of the program and give it back to everybody. All right, so your risk is the 89 days. Okay, so you know, as long as the company doesn't fall over and go broke and, you know, cryptocurrencies all fail in 90 days, everybody will get their starting capital back. So you are now risk-free. Then what we're going to do is for the period of the next 9 months, so a total of 12 months all up, we're going to just play with the interest component, all right? And we're going to enter into contracts and expand that for people. Okay, now I've run a lot of numbers on the best strategy to be able to do that. And I think I've come up with the best strategy. And it's a combination of $10,000 agreements and $25,000 agreements. And the goal is that after 12 months, so come February 2019, we stop and we return the money to everybody. And the numbers show that it should be at least 10 times your starting capital. Okay, now, obviously, a lot of things could happen between now and then. But if everything goes to plan for 12 months and we stick to just 1%, not even 1.16%, but just simply 1% base rate plus our 0.35 or 0.25 if we buy a $10,000 agreement, everybody should get 10 times their starting capital back. Remember, you've already got your starting capital back anyway. So that's the program, okay? So it's a once-off investment. You get your money back in 90 days. We play with profit only, and then we try and maximize the amount of commissions that we receive over the course of that over that course of 12 months. With the people that are interested, okay, so again, I'll post this particular one up. All right, we have a lot of people already interested. All right, there's a lot of people that have shown interest but haven't told me whether or not they actually want to contribute. So if you're on this list, let me know if you want to actually contribute. But we have already raised enough money to make this happen. Okay, so we will be proceeding. You can see that we've got $45,000 worth of contributions. All right, so we will be proceeding, and I will be buying the first package on the 1st of February. Okay, so if you want to be involved, you need to lock in your agreement, and we need to start organizing payment. Okay, now the goal is to have everybody paid by Australia Day, all right, the 26th, because I'm just going to leave a couple of days spare if people get caught in the long weekend, whatever the case may be. But I want to make the payment on the 1st of February. If I don't have your money received by the 1st of February, you will miss out. All right. So I will post in how payments are going to be received. The preference is in Bitcoin, obviously. We'll move the Bitcoin across and then we'll buy in. Okay. So my recommendation for you right now would be to do your deposit into CoinJar. Okay. For those who use CoinJar or whatever wallet you use. All right, because CoinJar, for example, you can only deposit $2,500 a day. So if you're going to do a $5,000 agreement, you're going to need 2 days to get your money in. Have the money just sitting in cash, okay, and then wait until the 29th, Monday the 29th of January. And on the 29th, send all the cash to cover your cost in Bitcoin on that day, okay? So if you don't have a CoinJar account, then again, send all the money. I'll work out the rate and I'll keep posting that up. The goal is start now being prepared so that on Monday the 29th, all payments must be received on the 29th and the 30th. That will then allow me to move money in and then make the purchase on the 1st of February. If you have questions, again, put them in the post. I'll do up a separate post for Dav with the spreadsheet. Everybody can look at it. All right, so that's really, really exciting. I just wanted to share with you what my results have been with Dav so you can actually see some progress. So I started in Dav about 10, 11 days ago. All right, let me, before I bring that up, so you can see here that I've earned $844.17. I did a $5,001 lend. So my $5,001 lend, all right, gives me the daily variation rate plus a 0.2% bonus. But my contract is for 179 days, all right, 180 days. This is why we want to do the 25,000 because it's half the time, right? You get a better interest rate and you're only locked in for half the time. But you can see that my $5,000 loan should return to me around about $12,000, okay, over the course of 6 months. All right, that's in a nutshell, that's basically the goal. Then I get the $5,000 back, all right? So I've tripled my money in 6 months and then I get my $5,000 back. So far in my time frame, I've received back $844. All right. So you can see here, here's my repayments. There's my $844. All right. that I received back cumulative. And you can, so over the course of the, how many days have we been going? 12 days. I've received back nearly 17% in 12 days. All right. So that's some great returns, you know, right there. And obviously this will continue to grow over the course of the period. All right. So that's basically how Davor works. And that's how we're going to do it as part of the bigger group package. All right, look, that's it. I've probably gone a little bit longer than I wanted to. I just want to try and keep this to about 20 minutes. So look, post down below if you've got any questions in the group. Check it all out. But for most of you, you're going to be started in USI. Keep building that, grow that. From there, we can start to move into some of the other programs. Right now, I think the Davor Coin is probably the best program to get involved with because you're going to get your money back in 90 days, and then you can take that capital and move it into something else anyway. So if you're tossing up between, you know, say Bitcoin Network or Hashflare or, you know, the Ruby package, I would put it into Davor first. Let that accumulate. You're going to be part of a big group, okay? You're going to be part of that $25,000 getting the best interest rate. You get your cash back inside 90 days, and then you can go and put it into whatever you like. So I hope that's been helpful. I plan to do one of these each week to give you a bit of an update of what we're doing in the group. So give me some feedback down below, what you'd like me to talk about, and you know, have a great week, and let's keep this Bitcoin stuff compounding. All right, folks, take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next weekend.